I think it's very timely that we announce this today. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. I think Jeff made the comment that we all need to pay an extra tribute to the men and women who keep us safe. I know my favorite veteran is my 90-year-old dad, who was a World War II Marine, served on Iwo Jima, and I get an ear from him regularly on a host of topics. One of the ones that I got the biggest earful was about a year and a half ago when some of the outrageous stories started popping up about the wait times at VA facilities all over our country. It was an embarrassment. It was a disgrace. It was, again, an area, though, where Congress did come together with a sizable amount of resources to help make some of the fixes that Mike's talked about in terms of our needs to improve quality of care and decrease the wait times at our veterans care facilities. I can tell you we had one of the facilities we have in my state in Virginia, the Hampton facility, had actually some of the worst wait times in the country. The good news is by staying on top of that facility, and the VA actually sent a SWAT team in, we've seen the wait times go from excess of 30 days down to single digits. More can be done, but I think this kind of relentless pressure that elected officials and others can bring can help continue to make sure that veterans get the health care in the quality health care in a timely manner. Part of that kind of exploration of what was happening at Hampton, and I imagine at the facilities in my colleagues' states as well, was a lot of this problem goes to staffing. We'd seen a dramatic decrease in providers in our Hampton facility, and that's when the wait times shot up. So this, as Jeff and Mike, I know Tom will make the point as well, this is kind of as basic common sense as you can. One, let's make sure that those individuals who've served in the military, that got that medical training, got that medical background, as they leave the military, we make it as easy as possible if they choose to transition into the VA healthcare system. Common sense, these are folks who are familiar with the unique challenges and making sure that veterans get the care they deserve. A great flow of personnel. Let's make that easier and seamless, and as Jeff said, let's make sure the uniform standards actually are uniform. Then, and particularly in rural areas, but I think elsewhere, there's a revolution going on in healthcare as we think about how can we take folks like physician assistants, some of them master qualified nurses, folks who've got advanced planning, and if they've got this advanced training, allow them a fuller scope of practice in these facilities. It will be within an area that provides, again, better quality care in a more timely fashion for veterans all across the system. This is the kind of common sense, bipartisan legislation that I think will move forward the care for our veterans, and I can't think of anything more timely when I call my dad tomorrow and wish him happy Veterans Day for me to say, hey, a group of us in both parties are actually going to make sure if our legislation passes that you and other veterans, when you go to that veterans health care facility, are going to get the quality care you deserve in a timely fashion.